Here are some fun facts about the painting. This is a series of 12 paintings depicting the life and work of Harriet Tubman, a conductor on the Underground Railroad. The idea for this series came to me when I was researching and writing my picture book biography of Harriet Tubman for young readers. As I learned more about her life and work, I realized there were so many incredible stories that didn't make it into the book, but that deserved to be told nonetheless. So I began sketching and planning this series of paintings as a way to share more of Harriet's story. Each painting is designed to stand alone as a piece of historical art while also working together as a cohesive series. The color palette was inspired by the time period and the locations in which Harriet Tubman operated. The materials I used include oil paints, hog hairbrushes, a palette knife, and a gash, all on museum-quality linen canvas. Let's take a closer look at each painting now. We'll begin with this portrait of a young woman in her early 20s. This is meant to be a representation of Harriet Tubman in the 1840s. She would have been living in Maryland at the time, working as a house servant for a wealthy family. Her clothing is simple and worn, as was typical for the time period. She gazes off in the distance, toward the horizon with a look of determination on her face. Behind her, the sun is setting in the west, casting a warm glow on the landscape. The golden light also symbolizes the hope and possibility that lay ahead for those who dared to dream of freedom. In the next painting, we see Harriet Tubman running through a dense forest at night. She is guided by the light of the North Star as she makes her way to safety. In her arms, she clutches a small bundle containing her most precious belongings. The dark trees and foliage create a sense of mystery and danger, while the bright star above offers a beacon of hope and guidance. The third painting depicts a small group of enslaved people being led through a moonlit swamp by an African-American man. The group is moving quickly, their silhouettes outlined against the dark water. The pale moonlight reflects off the surface, creating an eerie atmosphere. Mist swirls around their feet as they navigate the treacherous terrain. The fourth painting is a close-up portrait of Harriet Tubman. She is shown with intense, determined eyes. Her head is tilted slightly upward, suggesting a strong will and a refusal to be defeated. She wears a headscarf and a plain dress, and her dark skin contrasts sharply with the lighter tones of the background. The deep shadows and dramatic lighting create a sense of depth and intensity. The fifth painting shows Harriet Tubman holding a lantern in one hand and a revolver in the other. She is protecting her group with her life as they make their way through the darkness. The other figures are shown in silhouette, adding to the drama and suspense of the scene. The lantern light illuminates their fearful faces, while the gun serves as a reminder of the danger they face. The sixth painting is set inside a safe house station on the Underground Railroad. The room is dimly lit by a single candle, casting long shadows on the walls. Harriet Tubman is shown quietly reassuring a frightened runaway, most likely a young boy, despite the danger they face. There is a sense of calm and security in this scene. The seventh painting depicts Tubman hiding with a group of escapees under some thick brush nearby. Slave catchers are searching for them. The figures are small and vulnerable, while the foliage is dark and menacing. The overall scene creates a tense and suspenseful atmosphere. The muted colors and soft brushwork add to the feeling of unease. In the eighth painting, we see Harriet Tubman rowing a small wooden boat across a dark river. The only light comes from the stars above, which twinkle in the night sky. Mist rises from the water, creating an eerie atmosphere. The boat moves swiftly through the dark waters, suggesting a sense of urgency. The ninth painting is set during the Civil War. It shows Tubman in her Union Army Scout uniform studying a hand-drawn map by lantern light. The map is spread out on a table, and various symbols and markings indicate important locations and routes. The dramatic lighting creates a sense of mystery and intrigue. In the 10th painting, we see Harriet Tubman leading Union soldiers through a marsh on the Combahee River raid. The soldiers are moving cautiously through the tall grasses, while explosions and smoke rise in the distance. Dramatic clouds overhead suggest a sense of urgency and danger. The scene is one of great tension and excitement. The 11th painting is a portrait of Tubman in her later years. She sits in a wooden chair and wears a patterned shawl around her shoulders. The light from a nearby window bathes her in a soft glow, creating a peaceful and contemplative atmosphere. There is a sense of wisdom and serenity about her, suggesting a life well lived. In the final painting, we see Tubman comforting a child during an escape. She wraps her arms around them and rocks them gently, offering comfort and reassurance. The child is small and vulnerable, while Tubman's body language conveys a sense of strength and protection. The other figures in the group rest quietly, suggesting a moment of peace and tranquility. They are wrapped in blankets, seeking warmth and comfort. The overall scene is one of great tenderness and compassion. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of a remarkable woman. Until next time, stay creative and keep making art that matters. Comment below which of these images impacted you the most and why. And if you want to see video like this, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned.